This is 5 kilograms of Duel Masters trading cards. And if you don't believe me, this is me weighing 5 kilograms of Duel Masters cards. I mean, within a rounding error. I'm not sure you can fully appreciate from the camera just how big this box is and how heavy it is. It's shaking my table every time I put it on. But yeah, I got this slot for about $200 on Vinted. I'm not really sure what's in it. I've only seen like a couple of cards. And I thought, what better way of opening this box than to do it on video and see together what we have in here. Ever wondered what 5 kilograms of Duel Masters cards look like? This is the video for you. Now again, I'm not really sure what to expect. I think it's going to be a mix of like real cards and just some fake cards as well, from what I've seen from the limited pictures that I was able to find. But you know, for 200 bucks, we should be getting a pretty decent deal anyway. You know, 5 kilograms of cards for that amount really doesn't sound all that bad, even if it's just commons and nothing else, to be honest. But let's see what we have in the mystery box. I'm not really sure how well you're going to be able to see this on camera, but removing the cover, we find beautiful Duel Masters cards. I already see a Bronze Arm tribe. It's a real Bronze Arm tribe, although it's very worn out. I know all of the cards are pretty much going to be very worn out, but that's to be expected. But let's see if we can find some gems in here. So I'm not sure what a good way to start this is, or how to go about unboxing this behemoth. I guess I'm going to put the box a little bit to the side. I put it on some tissues because the box is very dirty. I'm going to be taking the cards out. Some of them are already obviously fake, which is to be expected. But we already have some decent gems in here. You know, a promotional Holy All, which looks real. But I'll just meticulously go through all of them and figure out what's what. But first of all, let's take them out of the box. I don't know how to do this with the limited desk space that I have to also sort of catch everything on camera, but let's see what we get in here. There's some proxy cards, I believe, as well, and some German ones, but again, I don't want to get too spoiled. I'll just put all of them on the table and then we can look through them together and see what we get in this humongous 5 kilograms of cards. I'll just put the box down, take the cards and put them on the table now. It's very interesting. I haven't seen, you know, a lot of this where you have a mix of fake and real cards. Usually it's either one or the other, but here we have both. And you know, I don't mind the fake cards. I'm obviously not really looking forward to them. But even if like half of these cards are fake, it should still be fine. It should still be like, you know, good enough for the price that we paid for them. Oh, it looks like we also have some foils. I'm not sure if these are real or not. Let me see. Okay, we'll go through them one by one. We'll figure out some way of doing this. We'll have to pretty much rapid fire through thousands of cards. And I would hope that this video doesn't get to be, you know, a billion hours long. So let's just, you know, put all of the cards here. There's also a deck box that we got here. Do these have cards as well? Oh, these are sleeves. Okay, we got some free sleeves as well. Cool. So we also got some accessories. We got this deck box, which is not a bad deck box by any chance. It's a Dragon Shield deck box. And some sleeves. Are these sleeves as well? No, these are more cards. But I think, yeah, these all look fake. Yeah, these are definitely fake. But they're pretty decent fakes. I guess they're like proxied or something. Anyway, we'll see. We'll look through all of them. Again, I don't want this video to be too chaotic, although when you're unboxing 5 kilograms of Duel Masters cards, I don't think you can have a video that's not chaotic. And I think that's it for the cards in the box. Let me check that I'm not missing some. Oh no, there's more. Hold on. There's still more to go. And yeah, that's it. Oh, that's all the cards in the box. So we have quite a lot to go through here. I think there's probably more than 2,000 cards. I think the first order of business is sorting out the fakes from the real ones. And I'm assuming that they're sort of clumped up, so I'm assuming, for example, I can immediately tell that this Fungi the Oracle is a fake. So I'm going to be assuming that this entire lot is fakes. Yeah, fake, 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 fake. Oh my lord. I'm not sure if you can see this, but the cards are very worn out, even the fakes. So I'm just going to quickly filter through these. If you're curious how I can tell that a card is fake, like sort of at a glance, make sure to watch my how to tell if cards are fake video. I will link it somewhere in here. I think it's very helpful. It's one of the videos that I'm most proud of, and it definitely can help you weed out fakes pretty easily. This is interesting. I think this might be a real card. Yeah, I think this is real, or at least it seems so at first glance. Of course, it's pretty worn out, but still real card is real. How many dome shells do we get? Oh my lord. Oh, now I have a collection of dome shells. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 21 dome shells. All seem real. So that's nice. These ghost touches, I'm not sure. They look real at first. Yeah, I think these are real as well. And these are playable cards. Again, I'll look through these in a bit more detail, but these look real to me. An easy way to tell is the card back. Look for those zeros and ones, see if they're high resolution and holographic. Look at the card back to see if it matches like a real card back. That's also an easy way to tell. Yeah, these look real, although they're very, very worn out. Like I'm pretty sure you can see on the back here, it's scratched all over. On some of them there's some like lines on the front as well, but they're real cards that you can put in decks, so there we go. I don't care that much about condition of these playable cards. These are real as well, right? Yeah, these look real too. The ghost touches, the card back on the ghost touches looks a little bit off, but I think it's just because the cards are so worn out. We also have a whole bunch of bone spiders. How many bone spiders do we get? A whole bunch of them, which I think are real as well. Although again, very, very worn out. I'm not even sure where I'll be able to fit all of these cards. I'm running out of bulk space. Sword butterfly as well. These are real too. So I think all of the cards in this pile are real, more or less. I'm giving them a bit of a check, but I think these are fine. If anyone in the comments spots something wrong, do let me know. But these look fine to me. Swamp worm. This one looks weird, but I think it's just like a printing gone just a little bit wrong. But I think this one is real as well. Yeah, we get a whole stack of swamp worms, illusion berries, dome shell, more dome shells. Let's finish this part. Oh, I want to take a look at the foils. The foils are what's important, right? Let's take a look at these first. These are maybe... Yeah, this paladin screams out fake immediately. Yeah, this paladin is for sure fake. The foil is metallic instead of being rainbowy, so we'll put this in the fake pile. But this ultraside worm I think is real. Let's see. Oh, there's two cards here. A metal wing skyter and an ultraside worm. God damn, this is one of the roughest conditions I've ever seen on a card. Look at this. Yeah, maybe I can sell it as lightly played. Oh, but it's a fake as well, isn't it? I actually think it might be real. I brought my copy of ultraside worm because the foiling is just, it's on the right spots, if you can sort of tell. And I think the card back looks fine as well. It's just very, very rough and worn out. So I do think upon further inspection that the card is actually real. It's just in such a bad condition that it's kind of difficult to to tell. Yeah, there we go. There's the rainbowy pattern. Yeah, pretty sure it's real. It's just the condition is so rough. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but it's got like scotch tape all over it, which I mean, it is to be expected from a lot like this. But it is a real card and it's a real foil that we got, so that's something. And we also got this Metal Wing Sky Terror in a similarly rough condition. The edge of the card is peeling over. I don't know if you can tell. That's usually a sign that the card is fake, but everything about these cards scream real to me. Like the foiling pattern seems correct. It's rainbowy and it's focused on the right spots, like the civilization symbol and the power symbol. The card battle looks legit, so I think the card is real. It's just very, very, very worn out. We have some more. We have some more foils here. Ooh, a Charmeleon. This one I'm actually excited about. I mean, the condition is absolutely abysmal, but it is a genuine card that I can play in a deck. And you know, foil Charmeleons are always nice to have, because Charmeleon is one card that I play in quite some of my decks. So this one is not a bad one. Then we have this Avalanche Giant. That's, holy shit, I didn't think it was possible, but it's in even worse condition than the Ultraside Worm. It's just completely missing a corner. I mean, once again, it is like, you know, lightly played, right? But it is a real card. It is a genuine card. A super rare foil is just so rough. And then we have a Sieg Balicula and a Nastasha. This card I was actually missing for the longest of times. I have a copy now. That's, you know, in a decent condition as opposed to this one. But again, looks like a real card. Looks fine to me. And this one is in a better condition than the others, but still very, very rough. You can see the damages here in the middle, and the back of the card is just destroyed. But once again, it is a real card, so there we go. And this one I'm actually very excited about if it's real, because I am missing one Bajula in my Dragons deck. I mean, once again, the condition is just laughably bad. But the card I think is real. It's kind of hard to tell because instead of the foil glow, I just get the glow of the scotch tape that's over it. But I think it's good. Like the foiling pattern seems correct. It is like rainbowy, and the civilization symbol seems fine. The card back is also fine. I'm just sort of worried that it might be like a sticker glued on top, but then again, it does have the rainbow foil pattern. See here? Let me pull out a real Bajula and see. Alright, there we go. I took out my Dragons deck. Yeah, it looks fine. It's the same sort of pattern. Same foiling pattern, that is. I think the card is legit. It's just in a really, really rough condition. But I'm pretty sure this deck was missing one English Bajula, if I recall correctly. There we go. So, do we replace this good condition Japanese Bajula with this horrible condition English one? I think we do. So, you know, at least something good came out of this. We get a full English Dragon deck now. Well, I think I'm still missing like one, the Nature Dragon, Terra Dragon, Archie de la Serna, but, you know, still something. So there we go. You know, when it's in a sleeve, you can barely even tell. No, never mind, you can definitely tell. But hey, it is a Bajula that we got in a lot of, you know, 200 bucks for this many cards. We basically just get the Bajula for free. So I ain't complaining. No, I'm not complaining. And I think that about does it for our lots of foils. So let's go back to our cards. I'll just try to rapid fire through them. I'm pretty sure all of these are real. Yeah, they look fine to me. Gazaria's Dragon. Ooh, we got promos. Okay, hold on. This is getting interesting. So, Gazaria's Dragon seems fine, seems about right. Explosive Fighter Ukarn promo, also fine, although once again the condition is abhorrent. Is it? Like you can barely even see the holographic zeros and ones. I think this card might actually be a fake. Like I've never seen this type of promo faked, which is why I'm a bit confused about it. But you see how it's very off-center, and also the card back is like the color is a little bit off, and also I cannot see the zeros and ones at all. It's possible that it's just because of the card condition, but you should still be able to see them, right? Like this is, yeah, this is a real card, and or at least I think it's a real card, the one under it, and you can definitely see the zeros and ones here. I'm actually so conflicted about this card. Like I've never been so conflicted on whether a card is real or not. I think I can see like a zero there next to the sun ray. Like I'm actually so conflicted about this card. I don't think I've ever been as conflicted about whether a card is fake or not, like ever. Because you can see like barely, for example, you can see the sort of the shade of a zero there. I think I have to bring a loop and look at it more. And the thing is, like, the feel of the card, it feels like a real Duel Masters card in my hand. Like I've held, you know, thousands of Duel Masters cards. It feels authentic, and everything else about the card screams that it's real. But there's just these tiny things, like the card back just seems a little bit off in the coloring. Maybe you can see it on camera as well. The zeros and ones are not properly visible, and it's a bit off center. Like I would not buy this card if it were offered to me. Like I would assume it's a potential fake, but I'm honestly not sure. I'll put it in like the uncertain pile. I'll make like an uncertain pile. And I'll look at it a bit after because I don't want to waste too much time on it now. But these ones seem fine. Yeah, again, these ones, they look okay. This one looks a bit off, but I think it's just the... Oh, what is this? There's like a darkness sticker on the back of this one. Sure, that's fine. Yeah, I think this is still real. It's just the sticker on it that I don't really care for. The coloring on this one is a little bit off, but I think it's still okay. Gelsor, Virtual Tripwire, Engineer Keeper. Once again, the coloring on these, they feel a bit off, but I think it's just because the cards are so old and worn out. It's, you know, it's difficult to tell. I'm not used to handling cards that are in this poor of a condition. So yeah, I think these are fine though. This might take longer than I thought. Oh my lord, look at this straw. Look at this. What have they done with this, man? Has it been in the microwave? And look at this sword butterfly as well. There's just like a line through it. I don't even know. Yeah, anyway. These are okay, I think. Whew, we've only got through one pile. I know these are probably all proxies, right? Yeah, these are... See, these are obviously fake. Like, you can tell even from the feel of them. They're just like... it's a completely different feel. They're much glossier. The colors are off. It's obvious that these are proxies. They're good proxies, though. You know, good enough to use in a deck, I guess. Are these also proxies? These are sleeved up. Why would these be sleeved up if they're proxies? But they are proxies, okay. So, not sure what's up with that. But okay, these are all proxies. I'll put them in a separate proxy pile. The Neve proxy I might actually keep, because I probably won't, you know, I probably won't have that card ever. Or if I had it, I wouldn't put it in a deck to begin with. Promotional Halkus proxy as well. These are Japanese cards that I don't really care for, but sure. Cutthroat Skyter, this is a fake card as well. We'll put it in a fake pile. You know, I wasn't expecting it to be this difficult to tell in some cases, but I guess it's just due to the cards being old. You know, it's not immediately obvious in some cases. I'm curious about this pile, because I see this promotional Holio, which would be quite nice if it's real. I think this one's real. Let me check the card back. Oh, it looks fine. Obviously, it's in horrible condition. The shading is a bit off, but I think that might just be like sun damage. The feel of the card is okay. I'm pretty sure this is a real card. Either that or it's an incredibly good fake that can fool me. It passes the 0-1 test as well, quite successfully. So I don't know. Looks good. I'll put it in the good pile. I don't know. I'm getting scammed. If you notice anything wrong, make sure to type it down in the comments. These are also real cards, I think. Whoa, look at the card back on this one. I don't really mind it that much, because if I sleeve it up and put it in a deck, it doesn't really matter how bad the writing is, the card back is. We also have some German cards. Unsterblicher Barenborg. This at this point I'm so not used to seeing like a clean card back that I thought for a second this might be fake, but I think it's fine. I'll put the German cards in a separate pile as well. Oh man, it's gonna take a while to organize through all of these, huh? Let's move these a little bit as well. Alright, so let's see. Lupa, these seem fine, I think. Ooh, what is this? We have an autographed card or something like that. But I think these are fine, at least on... Oh my... Look at this condition. Beautiful, huh? Yeah, there we go. Sundrop armor completely torn apart. But again, real cards, so there we go. Gigaling. Ooh, this is not a real card. Okay, so this is where the real cards end. And we get... This is fake for sure. Yeah, the card back is completely off. So let's put this in the fake pile. Are these real? I think these might be real. So why was there like one fake card in the middle of real ones? I don't know, but these look real to me. More liquid scopes. Keeper of the Sunlit Abyss. This is also like not a horrible card, by the way. I don't think. It's not meta or anything. Probably not even playable, but you know, it's decent. Can make for a cool draft card. Hadrian, Mudman. These cards look fine as well, although a bit scuffed, but that's understandable. Let's see. Burning Mains. I think these are fine as well. Burning Main is also a decent card. Playable in some formats. Why is this one's shading so different from the others? Let me check it out in a bit more detail. I think it's still fine. It's just different, you know, slightly different shading for the card backs. But I think all of these are real cards. So there we go. Then we have this one. Something's off about this one, but I think it's still fine. Yeah, no, it looks okay, I think. Solar Ray, this one I think is also good. Just double checking with the card back, and these ones are obviously fake. So we'll put them in the fakes pile. I think this is more fake cards here. This triceps obviously should not be foil. I mean, I have too many cards in my hand. I think these might all be fakes. So that makes my job easier. I think I also know where these fakes are from. I think they're from the Shobu, like the fake Shobu starter set. Like Shobu's fire deck, the fake one. Because I got scammed with one of these and the cards looked exactly like this one. These are also... Ooh, fake Bolshak Dragon. Look at that. Beautiful. Okay. Putting it all in the fakes pile. Cutthroat, Brutal Charge, Mana Crisis. Yeah, there we go. Okay. all fakes here. Probably all fakes here as well. Yeah, these are definitely... This is such a bad fake. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but it looks like the printer had some problems while spitting this one out. Spike Strike Jictis, of course. The classic. We had a bunch of fakes like this back in my childhood in Romania, where for some reason some letters were replaced with the J. This card is sticky. Like, there's two cards here, they're stuck together. I don't know what they're stuck with. I don't want to find out, so I'm not gonna bother. Bowser Dragon, of course it's fake, but it doesn't look bad. Okay, so these fakes are pretty easy to weed through. I can put them aside. Let's see, Aqua Shooters. These look real though, don't they? I see nothing wrong with them at first glance. Card Bet looks good as well. These are fine. There's a whole bunch of them too. So let's put them in the real pile. This is obviously... Okay, so we have some fakes. These are fakes, but they're intertwined with some real cards. Presumably these are real. Some sanity checks are required, but I think these are, yeah, these are real cards. A whole bunch of them, and once again just some random ass fake card in the middle of them. This is why sorting these is difficult. I have to be careful, of course, but already, you know, already got a fat stack of real cards. Mostly commons, but you know, it's still not terrible. What pile should I pick up next? Let's pick up this one. Oh, look at this. Look what I see here. An Aqua Sniper. Of course, it's completely fake. The foiling pattern is wrong, among other things. So we'll put this in the fakes pile. I'm getting a bit mixed up, honestly. I think all of these are fake. Yeah, fake. I actually think I'm missing this card. I don't know if I have Kachua. Would have been nice if it was real, but of course we don't have that luck. A whole bunch of other fakes. We have all sorts of fakes here from different... this one actually kind of looks cool. Like, it's a fake, obviously. The coloring is wrong and everything, but I think it kind of looks cooler than the original with this, like, sort of decolored look. I don't know. Maybe. So, all sorts of fakes. These go in the fake pile. I would say so far the real pile is taller than the fake pile, but I don't think that will last for much longer. Look at this copy of Hydra Hurricane. Man, this brings back memories. This is how fake cards used to look like when I was younger as well. Oh my. Look at these two different fakes of Legendary Biner. This one looks just so funny. What? What in the... Sorry, these fakes are just horrendous. Scissor Eye, 6 mana, 3000, even worse than the original. Okay, then we have a bunch more fakes. I think all of this pile is just fake cards, so nothing interesting. Oh, okay, we might be getting into real territory here. All of these are obviously fake, but I think these illusion berries, they feel real to the touch. There's a distinct feel that real cards have, and I think all of these are real. Scheming Hands as well is an interesting card. Golden Wing Striker. Yeah, I think this one is real too. So there we go. The fake pile was starting to catch up, but now the real pile gets some more entries in it. Of course, they're all like commons, so I'm not, you know, commons from base set. I'm not too excited about it. I think I'll have to make like a box of base set commons, because I don't think I have any more storage space for all of these in my base set box. What's up with this card? Is this one real as well? It looks a bit, yeah, it's real. It's just sort of very, very rough around the edges, but that's fine. I don't know what I'll do with all of this cardboard, man. This is so much cardboard. Ooh, Solid Skin Fish and Spike Strike Ictus. These are decent cards, isn't it? Sundrop Armors as well. All of these look real to me. Just, you know, just sanity checks, making sure, because the coloring on this one is interesting. Like the coloring on these two is obviously different. I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but this one is more saturated. But I think it's just because this one is more worn out, and you know, the saturation sort of fades over time. Oh, we got a horrid worm. This is for our horrid worm collection, of course. I think this is a real horrid worm, so we can add it to that collection. Then this one is a fake card in the middle of all the real ones. Oh, is this one fake as well? This one looks real, but man, these are so dreadful that it's kind of difficult to tell. But I think these are real. They're just so, you know, so some of these cards are probably so worn out that I'll probably just end up tossing them. Like, come on. This is not a playable Duel Master. Like, you'll get kicked out of a tournament if you play this card, right? So some of them are just, I think, way too damaged to do anything with. Still real cards. Like, look at this year. It looks like somebody just took a nibble out of the corner of it. Just kind of funny. Damaged Galsaur. For some reason, Galsaur is like one of the like most damaged cards that I see around. Masked Horror, Shadow of Scorn. This is a real card as well. Once again, I think it's real at least. It's so difficult to tell because you can't see like where the zeros and ones should be on the card back. But no, I actually think... Is this fake or is it just very, very badly damaged? If it's a fake, it's a very good fake. I think it's just very, very badly damaged. Once again, I'm super conflicted because it feels like a real card. And, you know, it has the same sort of texture as a real card. But the card back is so badly damaged that you can't actually, like, tell if it's a real card back or not. And also there's this smudge here. You know how these fake cards sometimes have printer errors that can't print perfect black here around the mana cost. But I'm not sure if that's what happened or if it's just some ink spilling over. But this one I'm uncertain about. It's interesting. I'm not sure if it's like that you can't see zeros and ones either. I think, as far as I can tell, I usually use my phone for this. Oh no, there are some zeros and ones. It's just they're so, yeah, worn out that it's very, very difficult to tell. Yeah, I don't know. We'll put this in the uncertain category. This one is probably real. This one, I don't really see any problems with it. But again, it's so badly damaged. This Wandering Brain Eater, look at it. Oh man, I don't think I've seen one in such a worse condition. I think I'll just put that in the trash pile because it's a card that I have 20 of anyway. So, oh, Burst Shot. Burst Shot is a playable card, and it looks like a real card as well. It's just a bit, somebody spilled something over it here, but hey, it's a real card. Real playable card is real playable card. This is one of my favorites as well, Cutthroat Sky Terror. Once again, the card back does look a little bit off. Yeah, I think this one is fine as well. Once again, with some of these, it's just so difficult to tell. Oh man, this is probably the worst condition card that I've ever seen in quite a while. Alright, let's move on. We still have so much to cover. I've already been filming this unboxing for 1 hour and we still have a whole lot of stuff to cover. So far we've got a whole bunch of bulk, not that many like playable cards, but that was expected. It's still a whole bunch of, you know, every Duel Masters card is cool, man. If I can get just a bunch of... Is this shit? Probably not, I don't want to know. Anyway, if I can just get a whole bunch of Duel Masters cards, I'm happy with it. And there we go, Fairy Life, real Fairy Lives as well. These are playable. There's Shattered Rainbow Fairy Life as well, which I don't think looks as good as the original artwork. But still, oh my lord, I'll never run out of Fairy Lives again. There we go. Okay, and once again, the real card pile is starting to really add up. I'll show the pile sizes at the end, but right now I have to keep them off the playmat or we'll never get anywhere. This I think is good as well. This Mio feels okay. Checky Cool. I know Checky Cool was a card that was very often faked, at least in the fake lots that I had, so I had to do like a double take on it. Mia was also one of my favorite cards growing up. Apparently now I get a whole bunch of them. These are good. Dimension Gate, also a playable card. So I did get a bunch of playable cards. Sniper Mosquito as well, that's playable. Let me put these in the pile as well. Kulus, Soul Shine Enforcer. That's a difficult word to pronounce. Anyway, all of these cards seem real. They pass the, the gut check. This is obviously fake. Is it? I thought this was a foil. I thought this was a foil, and I was about to say that it's obviously fake because it's a foil. But I think it's actually somebody spilled a lot of water on it. I think, yeah, this is actually a real card, I think. But I think I'll put it in the trash pile. That's way too damaged. That's way too damaged to be usable. I only put like a couple cards so far in the trash pile, but I think, somewhere I have to draw the line between cardboard that I'll actually keep and, cardboard that just, it just doesn't have a chance to ever be useful, Critical Blade, ooh, a German Critical Blade, and Schlossener Kämpfer. Maybe. I probably read that wrong. Let's see, put it in the German pile. More Critical Blades, these all seem real. Win the Oracle. There we go. More wins. Sphere of Wonder, another sort of playable card. Armored Warrior Quellos. This is actually a card that I almost played in my Turbo Burn deck instead of Bozard, but at the end I went with Bozard Dragon. This is a card that actually has some amount of potential, and it looks real as well. Dogar der Rauber. Once again, German cards go in the German pile. Banji as well. I think these are fake, but once again, these are real, but once again it's difficult to tell. They look real though. Senatine J3, for some reason these look very glossy. They feel good to the touch. I think it's just I haven't seen a card in decent condition in a while. And now I'm just... But anyway, yeah. These are all real cards, it looks like. Oh man. Still so much left to go through. I think we can go through this pile pretty fast because it looks like just fake cards. Yeah, fake. Everything here is fake. This is fake as well. These are fake. The colors are just wrong. The fonts are wrong on some of them. Look at this swamp worm. Don't you just like this swamp worm? Absolutely incredible. Ooh, Alcadias, Lord of Spirits. I would have loved if this card was real, of course. Aqua Surfers, yeah, just a whole bunch more fake cards. I had this Slash Charger fake, this exact one, or not this exact card, but this type of fake for Slash Charger as well. So let's put these in the fake pile, and I think, wait, let me just grab them like this. I think all of these, it looks like this entire pile is full of fake cards. Ooh, Uber Dragon Bajula, there we go. Okay, so nothing good here. Then again, hold on. Holy all promos? Are these really real? Because all of these are obviously fake. But are these Holy All promos? Is this card real, first of all? This soldier. I think so. The color on this, man, it's like so faded out, the shade of gray, but the card back looks good. passes the finger test. Let me... Yeah, I'm just trying to see it in proper lighting. I think it's fine, man. I think it's a real card, but why is it so... Like, let's see, another like darkness card. Do you see how it's so much... Like, the color is so faded out, which makes me suspicious. But everything else about the card looks good. I think it's real. It's just really faded out for some reason. And these Holy Awe promos, these would be a real hit if they were real, because there's 5 of them. But I don't know how hopeful I am of their authenticity. The card back does look good, and the font is fine. Of course, their condition is kind of ass. You can tell from the scratches on them. I'm trying to see how the light reflects on the surface. This is an interesting case as well. I'm not sure about these Holy Oaths. I know I had another one beforehand, so I'll grab this one as well. I passed it off as real, but now I am a little bit suspicious of it. I think I need to like bring out a real Holy Awe and sort of compare them side by side. The one thing that I'm suspicious of is the surface finish of the card feels a bit glossier than I would expect. Otherwise everything looks fine, sort of. Man, are these fakes? Because everything in this pile, like, I don't know, the coloring just feels so off. Like, look at this Garabon. Look at it. Isn't it like such... I don't know, isn't it weird? Something's weird about it. I can't tell what though. I can't like put my finger on it or anything. Well, I can't put my finger on it literally, but just something about it feels off, man. Alright, so I have here a real Holy Awe that I want to compare side by side to these potentially fake ones. I'm especially interested in how the light reflects off of them. Let's try to get one that's like in a bit of a more decent condition for the comparison. And I'm very interested on how the light reflects off these surfaces. I'm also doing the finger test. I think they're real, man. Am I crazy? Am I crazy to think that these might be real? Yeah, I think they're real. But I don't know. I don't know. There's just something off about them, man. You know, if someone gave me these Holy Oaths, like in a trade, in a casual trade, someone that I trusted, I wouldn't question it. Like, they look okay. It's just, you know, being part of this lot in this context that I know nothing about, I'm naturally way more suspicious about them. So I'm really trying to be like as skeptical as possible. The card back, man, the card back just... I don't know, there's just something off about it. Can't put my finger on it. Like, this is a real card back. I think it's fine, and it's just like the decoloration that's throwing me off. But all in all, I think these cards are legit. Am I crazy? If you see something obviously wrong with them in the comments, just let me know. But I think these are fine. Maybe I'll put them in the uncertain pile for now. And like check them later with the magnifying glass and everything. And these cards as well, man. Like, these cards... Once again, why is this Broger Zyger so saturated, and this Garabon as well? Like, I think these cards are legit. There's nothing that screams to me that they're fake. But honestly, who knows? If they're fake, they've done an incredibly good job with them. But I think they're real. At least the ones in this batch. Yeah, I think these ones are okay. Even though this Broger Zyger, man, It looks so saturated. Like, why is it so saturated? Do you see the difference in color? I'm not sure if the camera can pick it up properly. But this Brawler's Iron is so much more saturated than this Dog Iron. But I know that different cards in different printing presses have different qualities. So, sorry, different colors. So that's not like in itself a definite tell that the card is fake. And they feel alright to the touch. Like they're not, you know, they feel like a real Duel Masters card. So I think they're real and I'm just like over analyzing them. But they look legit. I'll put them in the legit pile. Again, if you see anything wrong, please just comment down below. But I think they're fine. This goes in the Japanese pile. And we have Meersblume, which is legit. Like, once again, sorry to keep coming back to these Holios. Yeah, comparing the card backs, like this, it looks slightly different. I think they're fine, man. I think they're fine. I'm not sure. Am I being like overly suspicious? I think it's fine to be overly suspicious of, you know, cards you buy in a random lot on the internet. But maybe they're fine. Who knows? Who knows? Anyway, these are okay. This is another German card. We have a whole bunch of German cards actually. Are these fine? I mean, who would fake German cards? Let's be real. Yeah, these are fine. These are fine. And oh my lord, we still have so much to go through. I don't think we've been through half of it so far. Oh my. Oh, look at the Storkon. What happened to it, man? I think I might just give this to Earth Power if we see each other at Mega Meet. Shout out to Earth Power. I know he's collecting these. I don't know if he'll be interested in this. Well, maybe you can't really see it on camera, but it's got like a big sort of bump in it. You can do this. It's like one of those Tazo discs that they had in in chips. Look at this bend, beautiful. Anyway, it is a real card, so there we go. We'll put it in the real cards pile, I guess. This Fairy Life also looks real, I think. I think everything in this pile might be real. Not sure, but we will see. Oh man, I have to reorganize my entire card collection after this because I have so much, you know, so much stuff in here, honestly. A whole bunch more German cards, and I think these ones are okay as well. Yeah, just making sure. And once again we have some promos, man. And these promos have given me such a hard time. Such a hard time. This looks very much like the Explosive Fighter Ukarn that we had previously. Let me pull it out. I put it in the uncertain pile because it's once again got this like cut problem. You see, it's not centered. The top of the card is just much, you know, it's cut more from the top, which makes me think like in general that would be pretty sus. Of course print errors happen, but for these ones I can at the very least quite clearly see the zeros and ones at the top, and the card feels real. Other than the centering issue, there's no like real problem that I have with it, so I guess they're real, or at least there's nothing that screams fake. Oh, hold on, these Lupas. So these Stinger Worms and these Lupas. This card back looks sus as fuck, man. This card back looks sus as fuck. Once again, I'm not sure if you can tell. I'm not sure if you can tell on camera, but the card back coloring on this is just so off from what I'd normally expect of a Duel Masters card. And that's usually a big red flag. But on old cards, decoloring happens. So once again, I'm not Like, I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. Hey, this is weird, man. I wasn't expecting this to be so difficult to tell on some of these, if they're fake or not. Like, I'm 90% sure that they're real. But then there's that, like, 10%, 10% chance, that inner voice in my head that just kind of doubts the method. I think these are fine. It's just, I don't know, the color on this card back, man. The color on this card back just looks so off, you know? Is it just a case that it's been decolored over time? Like, look at these two cards. You can probably even tell on camera. This looks so much more yellowy, you know what I'm saying? But the resolution is fine, like it's pretty much what you would expect. Yeah, it looks the same, it's the same printing pattern. It has the 0 and 1s and they're holographic. I don't know, I think they're real. I think they're real, but once again, I could be wrong. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm really not sure on some of these. But to the best of my ability, I cannot determine a conclusive evidence that they're fake. They feel real to the touch as well, which is like a big thing. Although, yeah, no, I think I'm content with moving these into the real pile. So let's just do that and try to move on through these maybe a little bit faster. So there we go, we have some burning mains, which once again, they look real. Although once again, the coloring on the card back is a little bit off, although not as much as some of the others. Miracle Portal, this is an interesting card. Also looks real. I've never seen this card in my life, Solid Horn. When this creature will be destroyed, put it in your mana zone instead. So it's just like the spider, the red-eye scorpion that is, from base set, but instead they put it in DM9. Is this a real card? I've never seen this card before. Turns out it is a real card, huh? Okay, and these just look fine. Oh, Popple Flower Petal Dancer is also an interesting little card that I think has some potential. Okay, and here we're getting, like, see how obvious the transition is to some of these fakes? Which is what, like, you know, some of these cards I have doubts on, but like if the fake maker was so good, to, fool me, and yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. They look real. Of course, these don't. Like, these are all fakes, and they're so obviously fake that I'm thinking, how can fake makers make such good fakes? But I think I got them right. These ones are also weird. No, these are fake, yeah. Oh man, I'm getting so tired that I don't recognize the obvious fakes anymore, huh? But yeah, these are all fake, all fake, all fake. There we go. Is this one fake as well? I think this is fake as well, right? No, hold on. These are fake. But I think these two cards might be real. This is for sure real because nobody's faking German cards. So we can put it here. And this one is interesting because I don't see anything wrong with it at first glance. Honestly, I might have to give some of these like a second pass with the loop just to make like 100% sure. But I don't have one on hand right now. So for now, I just put them in a real pile. I'm like 90% sure they're fine. It's just, not 100%. I see these ones. These ones, they don't raise any questions. They just look just like completely legitimate cards, as far as I can tell. Anyway. These just look completely legitimate. Spiral Gates. These are playable. Are these real? Once again, man, it's difficult to tell on these worn out cards what's real and what's not. But there's nothing that screams, like, there's no like obvious tell that screams fake to me in this slot. So I think, oh, what's this? I felt something here on the card back of this. And once again, like the feel of the cards, you know, the way I'm holding it in my hand, it feels like a Duel Masters card, which is why I tend to think that they're real, the ones that I'm unsure of, but yeah, I think I might give them a second pass with the loop. This one I'm very interested if it's real or not, because if it is, it gets added to the Horrid Worm collection. It looks real. Looks like everything in my hand so far has been real, or at least so it seems. We have some upside down leaping tornado horns, which once again, there's nothing screaming fake in these ones. But let me look at these, because again these look a bit more saturated than some of the others. Also the condition on these is like abysmal, but let's ignore that for now. And it's once again like difficult to do the finger test where you check for the surface finish, because there's just so much gunk on the surface of the card that it's sort of very difficult to tell. But they look real as well, at least as far as I can tell. Yeah, these seem fine. Ooh, I think we've gone through about half of the cards and we're already like 1 hour in or something. Ooh, foils. Fake foils? Look at this, Bloody Skeeto fake foil. Beautiful. It actually doesn't look, you know, it doesn't look all that terrible. Keeming hands! Look at these keeming hands. Beautiful, yeah, and these are all obviously fake, so they will go into the fake pile. Let's see. These look legitimate, all of them so far. These go in the German pile, of course. Bibi Koopy, we get some decent cards. Pikora's Wrench, a whole bunch of them. Man, we got so many Burning Mains. Like, who would fake this many Burning Mains, right? It seems legit, you know? It seems legit, but there's just that inner voice inside my head that's like, is it really legit? Maybe I'm just being overly paranoid, I don't know. But again, yeah, I'm pretty sure these are real. It's just, I really like to triple check. I'll bring a loop later and really check them. Check the printing patterns or anything, and I might make a follow-up in case I was wrong about some of them. But so far, you know, these are looking fine. These are looking fine, and then the Rickaboo the Dismantler, playable card, huh? Yeah, we get some playable cards among all the junk. Meteozord is also a sort of playable card, at least in some formats. So there we go, more cards. Whew, I'm already tired. Let's see, Meteozord, more Meteozords. Sonic Wing, Death Smoke, a whole bunch of them. I think these are all real. This is a DM6 Death Smoke. The reason why I'm suspicious of this one in particular is because I know DM6 Death Smoke has been faked quite a lot. But as far as I can tell, this looks legitimate. Whole bunch of Death Smokes. We have even more in this pile. So I guess if I ever make like a Death Smoke deck, I won't ever run out of them. Aura Blast, more Aura Blast. Deadly Fighter Braid Claw, there we go, playable cards, let's go. Crystal Lancer as well, promotional Crystal Lancer. Hold up, are these real? There's once again one of those cases where I'm 90% sure they're real, just like with the Holios. Yeah. I think these are fine, aren't they? When you're made of water, I guess you never need to take a bath. Mini Titan get. Great, yeah, I think these are fine. The condition is obviously completely abhorrent, but hey, promotionals are promotionals. Let's see. Oh man, I'm pretty sure I can make like a house out of Fear Fangs at this point. Maybe that's a video idea for the future, huh? Super Explosive Volcano Dawns, and the Bronze Arm Tribe. Yay, playable cards. Hooray for playable cards. Man, we got so many cards. I don't know, I don't think I have the storage space for all of them. Oh lord, okay, more German cards, German Bronze Arm Tribe, German Burning Mane, Rio, once again some Spiral Gates, playable cards, I like playable cards. I once ran out of Spiral Gates, I think I have enough of them now, but it never hurts to have more. These ones also look real, although once again they're a bit oversaturated, but I think that's because, you know, just different printing press. And Quakezor, this is again a card that I wanted to run instead of Bozard Dragon in my Turbo Burn deck, and it actually almost made a cut. It was very close, but you know, the fact that it has 1000 less power, and most importantly that it needs to not be blocked, is pretty relevant. So in the end I ended up playing Bozard over it, but this is like a really strong contender for the deck, because 1 mana difference is pretty huge actually. You can follow up like Mana Crisis immediately. Anyway, I'm starting to ramble. Relentless Blitz, choose a raise this turn, each creature that rise can... that's interesting. This is like not a terrible card actually. I mean, it's not played anywhere, but it's not a terrible card. Another big fat stack of Burning Manes and a Bronze Arm Tribe in pretty good condition. Surprised to see this one. I think I still have some Japanese Bronze Arm Tribes in some decks, so I'm eager to replace those, I guess. And these are more real cards, or at least as far as I can tell. Oh man, I've got some sorting to do afterwards. Again, this Skeleton Soldier, man. This Skeleton Soldier that just looks weird. The Skeleton Soldier that's like faded out, it's not super well centered. So I'm like, is this a fake? Is this a proxy? Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. It looks real. It looks real, but why is there just that feeling that it's, you know, a little bit off? I don't know, but I'm pretty sure it's just real and I'm being paranoid. Mini Titan gets a whole shit ton of them, Jesus Christ. More Brawler Zygers. Once again, these like oversaturated Brawler Zygers that look like they don't really have the correct resolution. I don't know, man, there's just something off about them. I'm not sure if you can tell on camera. It looks like there's something off about them. Hold on. Yeah, I brought a real Brawler Zyger to compare it to. Yeah, it looks fine. I was thinking that this font here looks a little bit too low resolution. Like, I thought I could somehow see the pixels. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think these are real. Alright, so moving on. Like I was saying, I think these are all real, maybe. They look real. Of course, the Spiral Gate isn't real. None of these Spiral Gates are real. But the Brawler Zygers seem okay. Next up, we don't have that many piles left, so let's see what we can make of them. Ooh. This candy cluster surely is fake, right? Or is this just like a really bad printing error? No, this has to be fake. But once again, man, once again, like the feeling of the card is exactly the same. The card back is fine. Like this card, man, this card is so interesting because like it's obviously smudged, you know, like I think you can tell on camera that the font is smudged. So obviously, you know, obviously you would think this card is fake, but it has like every single making of a real card on it. Like the card back looks perfect, it looks immaculate. The texture and the feel, the way the light reflects on it is just so, I don't know, it's so interesting. I don't know what to make of this card. Like it might just be like a misprint of some sort. again, 90% of the time I would just say that this card's fake and drop it and move on to the next one. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to make of it, I'm gonna be honest. I think I'll put it in the uncertain pile. I think this might just actually be a misprint. I don't know, because everything else in this lot is real, I think, and that just exhibits all the signs of a real card. It's just why is it smudged like this, man? Why is it smudged like this? It's so weird. Anyway, Grape Doppel, we have like some sort of a signed card here. I think like all of these look real. Look at this as well, like just cards written with pen over them. My phone is also starting to smell like burnt because I've been filming for so long, but it's okay, phone, you can take it, right? We have a bunch of cards that all look real. Look, a Scissor Eye that also looks real. Again, I'm just going through these on rapid fire. For the ones that, you know, I'm not that certain of, I'll do a proper investigation later on with a loop and everything to just make sure that everything's in order. But so far, at least, you know, they look, man, I don't know. I wasn't expecting this to be this difficult because usually like fakes are super obvious, which makes me think that if a fake is not obvious, then it's not a fake. But then again, there's just something off about some of these cards, you know? Anyway, Missile Boy, Dome Shell, a bunch of cards. This one also has some pen marks on top of it, but I think these are fine. Oh, this has to go in the German pile. Yeah, I think these are all just, you know, Duel Masters cards. Legitimate Duel Masters cards, maybe. I will say that the real pile far outweighs the fake one. So maybe I'm misevaluating some of these. I'm not sure. Once again, these cards, they look oversaturated, but I think that's fine. It's not really a problem. Scowling Tomato, more engineer. I actually like paid for Scowling Tomatoes before because I needed them for my wild veggie deck. So now I'm getting them for free, quote unquote free, of course. And again, like this card, man, look at this card. This card is so poorly cut. It's so interesting. It's so poorly cut, but other than the poor cut, it just looks like a real Duel Masters card, you know? Like everything about it lines up. It's also written on top of on the bottom of it. Everything about it lines up. It just, why is it so badly centered? Is this a misprint or is this a fake? I don't know. I'll put it in the uncertain pile for now. It's either like a really bad misprint, but really bad misprints don't usually happen, like they're very rare, which makes me think that maybe it's a fake. But then again, like that, once again, the texture, the feel, the card back, everything of these cards, they feel okay, which is why I'm so like on the fence about some of them. Let's move on to a whole bunch more Slumber Shells and Burning Powers, and Eldritch Poison as well. Is this real? Yeah, it looks real. More Lock, Solar Ray. Ooh, this card is fake, is it? This has to be fake, man. Has to be fake. Like the text here is so blurry. I don't know if you can tell, it's like pixelated. It's either like a really badly, super badly worn out card, or it's just fake. I'm willing to err on the side of fake with this one, or it's just so badly like smudged, like so worn out that the text became sort of blurry and smudged. But I don't think that's a thing that happens, is it? Yeah, like this is a real Valkaiser versus this one. But once again, like everything else about the card is fine. Yeah, I don't know what to say about this. The thing is, like, you can probably even tell on camera the difference in the two fonts. Like this one, see how badly smudged this is? And like the sort of colors blend in on the text. Whereas on this one, it's like so much clearer, right? But is this something that just happened because the card aged? I kind of find that hard to believe, man. I don't know. I kind of find that hard to believe. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. It looks okay otherwise, but yeah, I don't know. Once again, this is maybe one that I'll have to come back to and do proper investigation. I think this is an example of a fake card. Though it's so close to a real one, man, that it's sort of difficult to tell. But look at the way the light reflects on this card versus the way the light reflects on this card. It's just completely different, right? Do you see this versus this? Yeah, I think this card is fake. It has to be. Has to be fake. Alright, so moving on to some other cards. Let's try to get through all of them. Now I'm a bit more wary of some of these cards because some of them are like really close to a real card, you know what I'm saying? I mean, again, I'll just do another pass in which I look through them. Ooh, horrid worms. A whole bunch of horrid worms, and it looks like they're real. Oh, this is the best day ever. Oh my lord, look at all of these horrid worms. I think all of these are real. They look real, at least at first glance, but once again, yeah, the card backs seem fine. But once again, it's so difficult to tell without the proper tools. They seem fine. I'll put them in the real pile for now. And once again, I'll do some more checks on them a bit later and maybe have a follow-up on everything. I just want to, you know, get through this unboxing at some point, and I cannot do a proper like in-depth analysis of all the cards. I just want to sort of see what we have in here and just get a feel for the inventory. These all look fine. Once again, some of these are just like a little bit weird. But that's just like very slight, you know. And once again, is this text sharp enough or is this like blurry? I think it's good enough, but it's difficult to tell sometimes. Once again, it would be harder with a loop, which I will have later on and go through all of these again, just to make sure that I don't, you know, put any fake cards in my very real collection. These seem fine. All of these are okay. Picora's Ranch Madrillion Fish is... I mean, I guess the plural would just be Madrillion Fish. But anyway, these are fine. Man, my card pile is starting to get so... Ooh, look at this one. I think this is another instance of a real card that I thought was foil, but I think it's just been so badly damaged that it darkened. I think somebody might have spilled some water on it or something like that. Anyway, we'll just put it here. And these just look like more real cards. Ooh, hold on. These are Bliss Totem promos. One of them has a cut sort of corner here, just slightly played. Once again, like it feels like these are real, just off the top of my head. Yeah, the light reflects them the way you'd expect it to on a real Duel Masters card. So I think these are fine, which does mean more promos have been added to the collection. And let's just keep going through these. Why is this Gelsor? It has some sort of ketchup stain or something like that, which is fine, we don't mind those. Every Duel Masters card is beautiful. That's what I say. Even the fakes, even the proxies, they have their beauty, you know. Duel Masters is Duel Masters, man. What a beautiful game. Every single card needs to be valued as the shiny or not shiny piece of cardboard that it is. Fungi the Oracle, Lock Vizier of Hunting, these seem fine. More Spiral Gates, I do like my Spiral Gates, looks like I'll never run out of those again. So there we go, is this real? I know this card used to be faked a lot as well, but it looks real at first glance. Yeah, I think this is fine. Let's put them here and just grab some random piles as well. Didn't we go through this one? I feel like we went through this one. Yeah, I think I just forgot to put it together with the others. Ooh la la, we don't have that many more left, thankfully. Artisan Picora, that's also a card that I think might warrant some experimentation in some decks, like honestly. I think Artisan Picora might be a slept on card. This year is just horrible and we have so many of them that I think I'll just put it in the trash pile. These Masked Horrors, something feels off about them as well, but I think they're fine. Yeah, I think they're good. Bone Assassin, the Ripper, Kuppelkapsel. Sure. More Dome Shell. I think I've seen so many Dome Shells. Once again, why would a lot have a lot of one card if they're not faked, you know? They seem fine. They really do seem fine. A whole bunch of years. Lock. Popple, Flower Petal, Dancer. Ooh, Draco Dance Totem. This is not a terrible card. Whoa, what is this condition, man? Who dropped their paint or whatever this is on this card? Let's see. Lurking EO. This is on my top 10 worst cards in Duel Masters list. You should watch that if you haven't. Some Bombats. I was also running low on Bombats. I was using it in a couple of decks. Ultimate Force, a very badly damaged one, but Ultimate Force is Ultimate Force. And these are once again promos, at least a couple of them. Presumably promos. Are they real promos? We don't know. But I think the previous ones from... yeah, these look good. The previous ones from these lots were real. And the card back looks fine, I think. Does look a bit weird. But once again, I can't really put my finger on it. You are watching live my slow descent into madness as I try to sort through a lot of 5 kilograms of Duel Masters cards. We don't have that many left though, so that's sort of good news. Why are these so bent? These are very bent, but I think they're fine. They look like legitimate Duel Masters cards. Hold on. This Swampworm is interesting. It looks like a real Duel Masters card, but it doesn't feel like a real Duel Masters card. The light seems to reflect on it in a manner I would expect. Why does it feel this way though? But they feel weird. These Swampworms feel weird. Not sure about them. I think they're real though, and once again I'm just being paranoid. Maybe. Once again, if you think otherwise in the comments, please do let me know. I will do another pass through these anyway, off camera, just to... whoa, what is this Sonic Wing? What happened to it? Anyway, just to make sure that everything is a-okay with the cards. Ooh, Horrid Worm. Real Horrid Worm? Looks like real Horrid Worm. Yes. Probably fine. Add it to the Horrid Worm collection. Dimension Gates, a whole bunch of them. Looks like real Dimension Gates. So there we go, playable cards. Playable cards are good to have, and it's in the better artwork than this one. So there we go. More cards. Oh, I see some fake cards at the bottom there, so we need to be careful about where the breakpoint happens. I feel like it's so obvious when you go from a real card to a fake one that I'm like, if a fake is not obvious, then is it really a fake, you know? But then again, it's... yeah, you can't really... if you feel that something is wrong in your heart, then it's probably wrong, you know? The gut feeling does not disappoint. Why won't my camera focus anymore? I think it's done with my shit. Oh, there we go. I think it just we've put it through too much trauma already. We've been filming for over 2 hours. I'm not sure how long the video has been so far, but yeah, we've been filming for quite a lot. And yeah, these are real, and here start the fakes. Fake, fake, fake. Look at these card backs, man. Oh, these... hold on, this is real. Yeah, just one real card in the lot of fakes. This one is clean. Look at this beautiful card back. Smart grass. But all of these ones are very much fake. Yeah, like look at how obviously fake these are, you know? And then it's like... yeah, anyway. More fakes. All sorts of different fakes. Look at this. We have like 4 different bombers or fakes in one in one lot. Quite impressive actually. Whole bunch of Rikaboo fakes as well. Move on through more cards. Marrow Ooze. This is a playable card as well, and it looks like we're getting a whole bunch of real ones here. Mulch Charger, a whole bunch of Bloody Skeetos, again a sort of playable card. Are these real? I think these are real, just sanity checking them from time to time. A whole bunch of Horrid Worms once again that I do not mind adding to the Horrid Worm collection. Meteorzor, let's see, I think they're fine. Once again, these Tornado Flames, the same as the Swamp Worms, they just feel weird to the touch, but I think it's just because they're very, very old and they sort of became crusty. Yeah, they look fine. Honestly, they look fine. A whole bunch of Tornado Flames, once again a sort of playable card. Oh my lord, that's a whole bunch of Tornado Flames, which I do not mind at all. I would have liked if these were like Turpits, that would be amazing, because Turpit is a card that I am lacking. It's the same rarity as Tornado Flame, so you know, if I could find some Turpits it would be whew, super sweet, but I doubt it. Oh, Adventure Board. These are some Shattered Rainbow cards. Cards from later sets are not easy to come by. So like, look at this, man. Look at this Engineer Kipo. It's so weird. I'm pretty sure this card is real, right? But once again, the text here is just a little bit blurrier than what I would expect. I think that just because the card is old and color has started to blend in, because otherwise the card looks fine, just very, very worn out. But once again, I have to double check all of these to make sure before I do anything with them. There's 2 cards stuck here together, and once again, like so many, you know, Fire Sweeper, Burning Hellions. Why are there so many of them? Burning Mains once again. Fear Fangs. Are these fine? These look fine. Man, I have so many like Fear Fangs now. Just I need like a bag for my base set cards. Ravu, Seeker of Lightning. This is a cool card as well. Not that playable, but anyway, Balus, Dogfight Enforcer. And let's move on through some more cards. Yeah, these all look fine, I think. In terms of, well, they don't look fine because they've been incredibly overplayed and the condition is not great, but in terms of, you know, if they're real or not, I think they look fine. So many Forest Hornets. Holy, what do I do with all of these Forest Hornets? And then more Fear Fangs as well. But it's interesting because then we have some Scowling Tomatoes as well. Like, what are you doing here, Scowling Tomato? Scowling Tomato is a card that I actually, well, I did say this before, that I actually sought So, the fact that I'm getting some of them, I do not mind. We're getting some blockers in La Ura Giga. Oh, I think I saw a German one. Let's put it in the appropriate pile. And these are all real, or at least so it seems. So there we go. Bone Assassin, the Ripper. The Ripper. Oh, why is this turned upside down? I don't know. Is this real? Once again, man, it's like, I'm not sure if this card is real. Because even comparing just these two, like, yeah, I don't know. Even just comparing these two, it's, the weird tell for me is that the font, let's see if the camera can pick this up. Is it just me or this font is like much blurrier than the other one? Do you know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm just being crazy. Like look at how the redness blends into the 2 here and how it doesn't blend. Like the 2 is very clean on the card below. Like is this a printing error or is this just the way it is sometimes? Or is that just a fake card, I mean? Because I don't know. And the card back as well, it looks okay. Oh man. Once again, if it's a fake, it's a really good fake. But I'll put it in the not sure pile and just check on it later because I think, yeah, there might be some funkiness going on here. But I think maybe that's just how the text is on some of these cards. I don't know, I have to like really check to make sure once again that I don't add any unwanted cards to my collection because, you know, maybe then I trade them or sell them later and I don't want, you know, I can get scammed, that's fine, but I don't want other people to get scammed because of me. Holy shit, this Creeping Plague, it's such a such a disaster. Look at the condition of this one. Has a corner completely fucked. And it's just not great. This one is not much better, but at least it's, yeah, it looks to be at least a little bit playable. I think maybe these cards from Shattered Rainbow were from the Shattered Rainbow pre-con. And once again, like, sorry to keep coming back to this, but look at these two cards. Look at the copyright text here. It's just such a difference between how the top one looks and how the bottom one looks. Yeah, I don't know. It might just be like cards getting older, maybe. That's a possible explanation for it. And I don't know. I think all of these cards are legit, but honestly, it's difficult to tell with 100% certainty. Maybe I'm just being like completely paranoid, which is, yeah, it's something that I tend to do. But I think it's good to err on the side of caution, so to speak. This Mighty Shelter also looks a bit off in terms of coloring, like it's oversaturated, but I think that's just the way the colors have been printed on the card. A whole bunch, yeah, I think Tide Patrol was in the starter deck, which is why I'm thinking that these are just cards that came from the starter deck, the 2-player starter set. I have a video on my channel unboxing it, so you can go check that out if you don't know what I'm talking about. And let's see, a whole bunch of Moonlight Flashes. I used to love this card as a kid, it's one of my favorites. Just tapping shit is cool and then killing them. Promotional Crystal Lancer. Promotional Crystal Lancer. Are you a real card or are you not? I mean, either way it's a bit janky. But I think it's fine. Yeah, just at face value. Once again, I'll have to triple check, especially the promos. I don't want to let anything slide through there. Torch Cruncher, yeah, this seems fine. Marine Flower. So now Terror Pits. Oh, I've never seen this card before. What is this card? Garatiano. Instead of having this creature attack, look at the top 3 cards, put them back in any order. Okay, that sounds interesting. Ooh, Bronze Arm Tribes. Yes, give me the Bronze Arm Tribes. Yes. Man, this is so good. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 Bronze Arm Tribes. I know it's silly to get excited about a base set common, but like I have these in so many decks that I actually ran out of them. So seeing some Bronze Arm Tribes is a very welcome sight. And the final pile that we are gonna be going through. Oh, hold on. Are these all real? Yeah, these seem fine. Albeit a bit discolored. More fucking Fear Fangs. Holy. I think there's a lot of the cards from pre-con decks here. So what did we get from all of this? Well, 4 tall piles of presumably real Duel Masters cards. So these are the piles of real cards, or at least presumably real cards. And well, I mean, you can't really see their height on camera, but they're about yay big. I wonder if I can make them sit like this. So that's about it in terms of real cards, like 4 piles of this size of real Duel Masters cards, or at least what I think are real Duel Masters cards. And then we got this many fake cards. Oh shit. Let's just put these back nicely. Yeah, and then we got this many fake cards. So all in all, I think the ratios are pretty good, assuming at least my evaluation is fine. So these are the fake cards that we got. But the tower of fake cards pales in comparison to the tower of real cards that we got. Then we got some promos in really rough condition, but still promos and foils are promos and foils. This Charmeleon I'll probably put in a deck. This Ultracide Worm is in horrible shape. It's seen better days. So we got these ones. Then I got a whole stack of like 30 Horrid Worms for my Horrid Worm collection, which is a good addition. We got a whole bunch of German cards as well that I put in a separate pile over here. And then I got these cards that I'm really uncertain of, and I'll have to double check. If these Holy All promos turn out to be real, then that's a massive hit, I think. So for 200 bucks, oh, and we also got the Uber Dragon Bajura that I put in my deck. I've already sleeved that one up. So I think we have about, I'd say 2,000 something like that real Duel Masters cards here. And you know, for 200 bucks, that's like 10 cents per card. That's like cheaper than a proxy, right? I think it's a decent deal. Even if there were like all just commons, you know, 10 cents per card is still a pretty good deal. But if these promos turn out to be real, especially excited about the Holy Oz. And you know, we also got an Uber Dragon Bajula that, you know, not the greatest condition, but it's good enough to be put in a deck. We got a whole bunch of promos and foils over here. We got some playable cards. We got a whole bunch of Bronze Arm Tribes, a whole bunch of Spiral Gates. I think for just 200 bucks, this was quite a big hit. The bigger problem is that I'm gonna have to go through all of these now, double check to make sure that I didn't miss something about some fake cards possibly sliding in, and then it will take me hours to sort through all of this and put it in order. I think I'll have to get some more storage space as well for them, but it is what it is. I think for how much I paid for this, even though the conditions of the cards are obviously incredibly rough, it's still a pretty sweet deal, and I hope we can agree. If you saw anything that I missed in the comments, please do let me know. I'm quite tired now. I haven't slept at all last night, so you know, it's possible that I might have missed something really obvious. If so, please do let me know in the comments. I'll obviously have another pass through all of these to make sure that everything is fine. But until next time, duelists, I hope you enjoyed. I don't know who's sitting there for 2 hours watching me go through 5 kilograms of Duel Masters cards, but if you have been, I really appreciate it. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Take care.